Hi guys, and welcome to the farm. Today we are hanging out in the farm. As you can see, we are in a very green background. Very nice, very sunny day. A bit cloudy, as you can see up there. You can see that, but very green. What you're seeing here is Boma Roads, aka Rhodes grass. It's very green right now, as you can see. Nearly ready to be harvested. Yeah, but that's another story for another day. This food for our cows. We repackage this to ensure that during the dry period, around March, April, our cows, our goats are set. So today, we'll be taking you through two things. We're going to show you how beans are harvested, from uprooting to when you thresh it. We literally beat the beans out of the pods. So today, guys, we'll show you the life in the village, life in the farm. Shortly, we are meeting our ladies who assist us in uprooting the beans. You'll see how they do it. You'll see how your beans starts out of the farm now. This is the final journey of the beans leaving the farm. And the next stage will be threshing before it's cleaned, packaged, and probably sold to you in the supermarkets or sold to you in those nice shops, grain shops. So join us, guys, as we meet the ladies. So I think they are uprooting the beans. They've been doing it since morning. We'll start with the place that they've uprooted. So beans in our farms are grown, I would say, the manual way. We've not automated as at now, but it's the best way to do it. We just do it in semi-large scale, probably for us to make good profit or good margins. It's by going, I would say, mechanizing it. However, that now we make do with what is there. This is the beans. These beans were planted around, let's say, 2.5 months ago. You can see that. Let me just give you an up-close look. This is the beans. They're still green. You can see that. Not ready yet for harvesting. So it goes through around 4 stages. When you plant it as a seed, it bursts the bean, it shoots, then now grows flowers, a very delicate stage where you don't want any disturbance. You don't weed when it starts flowering. After that, it pods. After podding, it matures. And this is the first stage of maturity. After that, it changes color to a bit brown, which is that. That's the second last stage before you harvest. And after that, it dries. I'll show you one bean plant that has dried. This is the part that has been harvested. As you can see, they unpluck, group it together in a bunch for ease of transportation back to the compound, where we shortly show you how you literally beat the beans out of the pods. So this is a bean that is ready for harvest. As you can see, it has shedded its leaves. Yeah, there are no more leaves, just now the pods and the main stalk here. So, and nothing goes to waste, guys. I'll show you later. Nothing goes to waste. When you get your beans, the remainder, which is the pods and the stem, we feed it to the cows. Very good source of feed for the herbivores. Yeah. So let's join the ladies who are uprooting, and you can see what they do over there. Really enjoyable. Good place to socialize in the village. We make stories. We catch up. Long time ago, we used to do it as a social activity. So Farm A, Farm B, and Farm C, or let me call it Family A, Family B, and Family C would collaborate. We plant Farm A, then you go to Farm B, then you go to Farm C. So what does that do? One, it cuts on, I would say, on planting costs. Planting happens around in 2 seasons, around February and around August. So kids are at home. We keep the kids busy. Of course, we don't call it manual labor. We keep the kids busy by engaging them in the farm activities for them to appreciate how you get your food. So as I said, long time ago we used to do it as a social activity where we do in rotation to save on costs. I would say also to maintain good family ties. But now it's also of income for the neighbors also. So we pay people to plant, pay people to, I would say, to weed, and eventually pay people to unpluck and even thresh it to get the final product, which is a bean. Yes, we'll join them as they do the final bean uprooting. This is a different variety that you'll see later. We've harvested some parts that have gone already home that will show you later how you beat it until it becomes a bean plant. Let's see what variety this is. That's okay. So that's how you do it on a very small scale. Looks like you've matched the nails to your beans.
Yes.
Yes.
Incidentally.
These are pink beans. Very low on acid, good for your tummy. People who have ulcers can eat it. Yes. So let's join this wonderful family as we uproot the beans.
Sasa. Poa. Habari ya leo. Nzuri. Naona mnafanya kazi poa sana. Ndio. Tutajaribu kung'oa maragwe. Naona mnaifanya vizuri sana. Ndio. Mumeanza saa ngapi? Tumeanza saa 2 asubuhi. Naona mumejaribu kabisa. Pambana. Hi, Dot.
Hey, how are you?
I'm
Welcome
good.
to the village life.
Yes, this is the real village life.
The real village life. Yeah.
Yes.
This is how you get your beans, huh? Yellow beans, pink beans.
Pink beans, not
beans,
the
yellow
yellow
beans.
The yellow
Men
beans
are
have already,
colorblind. Please don't worry about it. So
the yellow beans have already been uprooted. So it's yellow, pink, and saitoti.
Yellow, pink, and saitoti.
Yes.
So this is how you hold your beans when you're harvesting, when you're uprooting. So you follow a line like this, like that, like that. Remove the soil, lock it there. Yeah. Wow, what a life! Very nice. Yes. So see with this, a normal or an ordinary farmer is able to pay school fees. Also with this, a family is able to get its food. Yeah. And you can see the soil is very rich. Nothing has been applied. Yeah, nothing has been applied for sure. So just plant, control the weeds. If you are well financed, you can add some foliar on them when they are flowering. It's called flower and fruit. And after that, you pray to God that nature is favorable to you, where you don't get a lot of rain. As you can see, the beans deliberately shed off the leaves. Yeah, you've seen that, eh? So these, nobody has removed the leaves, but they dry off and drop. You can see this. So they dry off and drop. Those ones are not yet ready for uprooting, because the final sign that the beans are ready for harvesting is they drop the leaves. Yeah, this comes back to the farm, stays back in the farm. And for your information, beans are nitrogen fixing plants, and with that means the more you plant beans, the more your land becomes rich in nitrogen. And when you come and plant things like maize, they produce very well, because there's enough nitrogen saturation on the soil. And also, since there's a lot of work in weeding, they make sure that the soil is well aerated, and a lot of, I would say, animals now burrow in and aerate the soil and make it very appropriate for farming. Join me as I finish my final harvest. Yes. And before we go, I allow this nice lady to say bye to you. Bye to my YouTube people. Sema na lugha yako kila mtu. Sai sere chonjo na wewe. Sawa? All right. And as mentioned, today we are in the farm mode, guys, and I'll show you what we do in the farm. We are converting the bean plant to the bean pod. And what variety is this? Anybody? Any variety gani? Is Saitoti. So Saitoti is does very well here. How many months does it take? 4 months. Yes. All right. And when you plant Saitoti variety, within 4 months, ready for harvest, ready for sale, ready to come to your tummy. And this is how you beat it until it gives you the seed itself. Yes, how are you, sir? How are you doing? Ugo chonjo. Very good, very good. So we grew up doing this, and for sure we are not shy to do it. We still do it. It's a source of exercise, source of socialization, and this is how we do it, guys. Hi. This is how you prepare your beans. You heat it like this, and you turn. Yeah. Hit. Oh yeah. And again. Yes. Very good exercise. You don't need the gym for this. Yeah. Also very satisfying as we prepare to feed the nation. This is the product. Look at that, guys. Look at this. Very, very clean beans. And just like that, that's how you feed the nation. Join us as we hang out in the farm, as we give you the little bits of how we feed the nation and how we fight hunger. Enjoy as we prepare the seeds and the maize. No. As we prepare the beans for your enjoyment. Beans, for your information, is a source of protein. I would say source of protein. Yeah, very good protein. I would say this is the best protein. If you're an athlete, this is what you want to feed on. If you're aging, you want to avoid the meat. You know, in our area we don't apply anything. You just plant. Yes.
Hospital, school,
yes.
And of course home.
Yes, so it's for our own consumption. We sell it to the hospitals and also for schools, for our kids. We don't want to feed them meat early enough. We don't know where the meat comes from. So the beans are very, I would say we do it organically. So it's good for everyone. Enjoy as we prepare one of your sources of proteins. Oh yeah. We beat the beans as we beat stories also. And just like that, that's how we fight hunger. And guys, looks like we were nearly late for the party. We spent a lot of time on the other side of bean harvesting, and guys are nearly done harvesting the maize. Today was the last day for maize harvesting, so we decided to be with you as we show you how we harvest the maize. So we'll go to where Mr. Nick MAYZ. This is his farm. Always a good friend of ours. For those who've missed these episodes, he has very good history. I say history acumen of how the whites or the colonialists transferred the land to what it is right now. Yeah, there's a story, long story of how the journey between the time of the Sirikwa, the time of the Maasai, the time of the colonialists, where they dubbed these as the White Highlands, and to date, how the land is performing. So let's see and meet Mr. Nick. So guys, we are lucky to have come, I would say, at the end of the party, and we're lucky to see the last part, or the last take as it's being harvested. And who other than Mr. Nick, who is doing the final maize harvesting. How are you, sir?
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Again.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, we're in the last phase of our harvesting.
Okay.
A very beautiful day today.
For sure.
We had a bit of rain
in the morning.
In the morning until just a few minutes ago.
Okay.
It's just ended.
It's getting warmer by
it's getting warm. So I have to derobe a bit.
Sure.
So here I am with my assistant.
Yes.
This is my health Faith
yes.
Sharon.
Yes, how are you doing? Hi Sharon. Hi Faith. Good,
Yeah,
good.
they've been of great help in
Yes.
bringing in the harvest.
Okay.
And you can see it's been a wonderful.
Wow. This is a wonderful
great
harvest.
maize.
Yeah.
And
Why is this a different color?
Oh, this is different because maize actually came from South America.
Yeah.
And from there, if you Google,
Yeah.
because Google is great.
Yeah.
It can teach you a lot.
Yeah.
You can see all sorts of different varieties.
Uh-huh.
In fact, let me look. I think there are others here.
Yes. So the process of maize harvesting, guys, is you go in. Yeah. You can see what the lady is doing. Yeah. You go in. You pick a staked plant. You remove the cover. As you say, you bunja and you throw it.
And it's a very truly manual process.
Yes.
And we really need to automate this.
Yes.
It's taken us 2 weeks to do all of this, and you'll see the harvest at the store.
All of that, guys. For the people, this is but a small bit. There is more below here. Go straight next to the dam where we were.
2 kilometers
2 kilometers.
of maize.
Okay. So you're telling us the story of the
yes,
maize.
So you can see these are different colors.
Yes.
This is the normal white maize that we know of.
Yes.
This has it's white with yellow. I
Yep.
think this is cross pollination.
Yeah.
And then we have this very beautiful color. I don't
Yeah.
know what color this is.
I think ladies can help us.
Fuchsia, I think. Fuchsia or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
In the US during the Thanksgiving dinner
Yeah.
and all that, they usually use this to decorate the tables and all that, the
Okay.
places.
Yeah.
And it actually looks very beautiful.
Yeah.
And so you can see all these beautiful colors.
So why is this yellow? This looks like some. So what's the difference between maize and corn? Probably for
Oh, it's the same thing.
same thing.
Yeah, it's only a different name.
Okay.
The true scientific maize is as MAYZ.
Yeah.
Maize.
Yeah.
And that's how the maize comes. And in the US, they call it corn.
Is it just to be different, or they just want to be different, or?
I have never known that. But in North America, use the word corn.
Yeah.
But we also use corn.
Yeah,
Here as well.
true.
But what we know mostly is maize.
Okay.
So welcome again.
Yes.
Today is a bit overcast.
Look at that.
And the greenery is quite actually beautiful.
Yeah. Look at that. That's a greenery, guys.
The
That's
background.
yes.
And also behind you as well is where I have the other, I guess, botanical garden.
Yes. The other side. Yeah. So you mentioned last time that we had one up there.
Yes. And
And-
then we have this here.
Yes.
And then I have another dam which is a bit smaller.
Yes.
And we have it at the bottom.
Okay.
But then there's also one thing that's people always ask me why I do this. You see along the hedge here,
Yes.
these are drainage contour.
Uh-huh.
You can see the slope. So whenever we have rain,
Yes.
there's a lot of runoff.
From there.
Yeah. So we have to break the runoff so that it doesn't, the erosion, it actually is for soil erosion control.
Okay.
Along it,
Yeah.
this has grown on its own.
Uh-huh.
It's a senna. It's called senna.
Senna plant.
Yeah, it's a senna. It's a family of senna.
Yeah.
In Calving, it's called senetwit.
Senetwit, yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So I use it not only just to hold the soil, the embankment, because actually it's a big drop. You
Oh,
probably
down
look
here.
at it. Yeah, it's
Wow.
a very big drop.
Yeah.
But also, as you can see, it's natural vegetation. So these are habitat for rodents, reptiles,
Wow.
and all sorts of things.
Yes.
So we provide for them because it gives us the diversity that we need. God put them here for a reason.
Sure, I
So
agree.
we have to give them their habitat so
Yeah.
that they can actually survive. Now that we've harvested, hunters come. There's usually rabbits and all sorts of things. They hunt them. But eventually when we plant, the crop provides cover for them,
Yeah.
and then they regenerate again.
Wow.
And you'll also see it at the other end.
This is a complete ecosystem for sure.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And it makes the place interesting.
Yeah.
You get all sorts of things, chameleons.
Yes.
You have lizards.
I wish we could get a chameleon.
We have actually snakes.
Yes.
The other day.
Are they poisonous or?
I think it could be.
Yeah.
When we were harvesting down below, it's about half a kilometer away.
Yeah.
In the stake, you can see this is now the stake.
That one.
When they are looking for the maize.
Yeah.
For example, here's a good example.
Yeah.
You see this one. This one has been consumed by something. This is a rabbit.
This is
a rat.
a rat, yeah.
Yes, this is a rat. So
Yeah.
so there are rats inside.
Uh-huh.
And what eats rats?
Snakes.
Snakes do.
Yes.
So
very good source of
there was-
food there for
yeah,
them.
and there was a black one, I think something like a meter tall, and it was so agitated
Yeah.
and ready to strike.
Yeah.
And the lady who was harvesting it really freaked out and screamed.
Yeah.
And it slid away.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have snakes as well.
All right.
Yeah. Some of them are horribly dangerous.
Yes.
And we used to have puffaders. I don't see them anymore.
Is it because of we removed the rocks that they used to reside in, or
That's
what happened?
One.
Yeah.
The other, the cows. They trample on them.
Oh, okay.
So they find their way out of
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Wow. So welcome guys to Nick's farm today. He's hosting us.
Yeah. This is the last bit.
Yes.
This is actually the very last.
Yes.
And it was a privilege for me to actually do this. I'm very happy. I'm so exhausted.
It's been a long time, especially with the tension for rains. Huh?
Yeah, yeah. We've had rains 2 days now.
Yeah.
Light over here, but
yeah.
Last evening it was a bit heavy.
Yes.
But previously, there are two things to this. The prices, because of the two wars now, but primarily the geopolitical issues with Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah.
Commodity prices have gone up.
For sure.
So that means that grains also have gone up. And that means that these are very valuable.
And indeed, yeah.
So what happens? People actually steal.
People steal.
And it's very difficult for us to provide. While we have security, we can't secure.
Everything.
Like now, you see this gives a cover. We can't see below it. And we have a series of them all the way down to the dam.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they actually hide. So in a way it works against us.
Yeah.
Because it provides cover for the thieves.
Yeah.
And they make away with it. But we have people who patrol.
Yes.
And but we still lost maybe about 50 bags.
Wow.
Of maize. And that's expensive.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money.
Yeah,
50 bags multiplied by around.
Okay. You can say 50 before it's shelled. It's about 20 to 30.
20 to 30.
At
Let's
about
give it
5,000. That's 100,000.
100k gone.
Yeah, gone.
100k gone.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah. But it's
Tough
been a wonderful season for me and everybody else.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to see. You saw the store when we toured the first time.
Yes. Yes.
When you saw the equipment and everything.
Yes.
All of that have been removed.
Yes.
And it's now filled with maize to the eaves.
To the brim. Yeah.
Completely.
So for those guys who missed that episode, I'll put that link up here for you to see a visit to Nick's farm. Many guys have been very happy about it. They really want more, and Nick is here with us today, guys.
Thank you.
All right. So shortly,
come on, welcome.
Thank you. We'll shortly go and we'll first do some, I would say, loading of the maize to the bags, and later we'll go and see how the granary is doing. And we thank God for this. Thank God for this beautiful day. Thank God to be alive. It's the end of the year.
And the festive season.
Festive season,
and
yeah.
we'll be very happy.
Yeah. So
we have something. We have some good cheer.
Yes.
Because the good tidings that he has given us.
For sure.
Thanks.
We thank God for that. So see you shortly as we load this bag with the beautiful maize. And before we go to the granary, I met this nice gentlemen who were harvesting Nick's maize, and all of them are very, very nice stories, guys. You'll be very surprised of where they came. We are today in Tarakwa, or Tarragon for those who know it, in Bayete, and I met this nice gentlemen who've been working here to harvest the maize. Of course, they're really helping us. We really love them. They make sure that you guys get your serving of unga. Yes. Niaje waze? Muko chonjo. Yes. Gangari kabisa. Look at this phone. I like his hair. Man, this guy is an artist. Niaje? Unaimbanga?
Mimi simba.
Awimbe. Hii nywele yako inakaa kuimba. Wewe una luku ya kuimba.
Nataka nianze.
Unajua rafiki ya Diamond? Wewe rafiki ya Diamond nani?
Rayvan.
Kuna jamaa alikuwa anaimbaga Diamond, anaitwa nani?
Harmonize. Bosso.
This guy looks like Harmonize. Hebu muangalieni. This is the Harmonize of Kenya, man.
Look like Harmonize.
You look like Harmonize.
The way you say.
Ako na luku hata height yake. Huyu jamaa akianza kuzienda anaweza hunda pesa. Not very tall, ako sawa, ako height sawa. So wewe unatoka wapi baba?
Mimi.
Kutoka
Darbo.
Darbo.
Kakamega County.
Kakamega County. From Darbo mpaka hapa ni let's say ni pesa ngapi? 400, 700.
Just 700.
Yeah.
Terrible to hear.
Yeah.
From where we come from.
Yes.
Yeah.
So huyu jamaa anatoka unasema inaitwa Darbo.
Yeah, Mautuma.
Mautuma.
Yeah.
Na mzee wangu.
I'm also come from Mautuma.
He comes from Mautuma.
Yes.
All the way to Tarakwa. Yes. Na mzee wangu mahindi yake imemwagika. What? Man. So before we continue, we have to help this guy first. Disaster has struck. So but anyway, so unatoka wapi baba?
Natoka Lugari.
Lugari mpaka hapa. na mzee wangu.
Lugari,
Mautuma ward. So guys, you know, we usually say mwanaume ni kujituma and mwanaume ni kutafuta. This gentleman came all the way to here to help us in the farm. Without them, I think we can't, I would say, survive very well because they help us. You can't do it alone unless you mechanize. So as of now, we have not mechanized. These gentlemen help us here. We really appreciate them. Wewe unakaa wapi?
Home.
Hapa ukiwa hapa unakaa unaishi juu ya miti?
We reside in Bayete.
You reside in Bayete? Yes. Bayete is where we have the milk plant called Tarragon, yeah? Where we do yogurt, we do fresh milk, UHT and such. So, mnakaa Bayete. Yes. Watu wanawakaribisha hapa. Ndio. Watu si wabaya. Haukutaki si wabaya. Huwezi kuta wale wazuri wote. But people are welcoming you, eh? Yes. We really appreciate you. Karibuni sana hii kaunti yetu. Na hata mkipata mtu unaweza pia kaa hapa. Unajua unaweza hamia huko. Si ndio?
Nataka ninunue kwa shamba.
Unanunua shamba huko? Shamba huko ni bei ghali bro. Unanunua tu, si ndio? That's the spirit. This guy will be an artist one day. I'll feature him one day, yeah? So, let's enjoy. Let's help this fallen bug. But thank you very much for coming to help us. Asante. Yeah. I am Kalum Don. I'm a vlogger. I have many hats. Today I'll tell you my vlogging. I do vlogging. I record things for people to enjoy and to see. But my main objective is to record events that we are losing over time. Yeah. Like you used to stay with your grandfather, right? Ama ulipata grandfather yako? Au kumpata? Wewe ulipata grandfather yako?
Mimi nilimpata ndiye amekufa juzi tu.
Amekufa juzi? Alikufunza nini?
Kwanza
kuishi na watu. Tabia ile ya hethi na tabia ya Mluya, si ndio? Anasema sisi tunakataa hii, tunakubali hii. Right? So the reason why I'm doing it, I want to record even such events because saa hizi unapata sisi kama youth, we don't have time with our grandparents. We're very busy. Unaona nyinyi mmetoka mtafutia hapa bana. So you might not have time with your grandpas. You might not have time with your grandma. So whenever I get very good content that I feel that it should be immortalized, na ikae iko reference in future, I record. That's my biggest motivation. Yeah. And if I find nice guys like you working very hard, I post it somewhere so that youth kama wewe mwingine wanasema hakuna kazi, nitafanyaje? Kazi ni kunyang'anya mama yake, akiweka hapa anatoa na huku. Yeah.
Anakuwa motivated.
Yeah, anakuwa motivated. Mtu pia unapata mama akiweka kuku. Kuku ikitaga hivi imeenda. Wewe kuku yako simoja utafutia hapa. And that's what I'm doing.
So you say that you want to eliminate those such vices.
Yes, I'm trying. In a very small scale. I know I'm not so big as that now, but I'm trying to motivate the youth, motivate even the grown-ups, because people are giving up in life. Because you know, when you stay in one place, I like the fact that you guys have left there and come here because you interact with people like me. You've seen different, I'd say, angles of life. So like you might never give up in life because you know there's possibility. You've come to this very big farm, very big, expansive farm. You've interacted with Mr. Nick. One day, probably one of you will secure a job here. Kidogo, are you all married or who is not married here?
I think
all are married. No, so nyinyi masingo. Msichukue rembo yetu. Mimi natafuta hapa. These guys are dangerous, We'll vet them again. But anyway, you see, that's how life is. You might meet somebody here, start a life here, then even your children will be born here, and they meet a very different life here. So that's what I'm doing. Expose us to the world, encourage someone, motivate someone. So if you have a smartphone, follow me on Kalum Don. Kalum space Don. Yes. Don. Yes. Don is a big man. I'm not big, but one day I'll be big.
I know you are. That is where you are yearning.
Thank you. I like that, guys. Yeah. Thank you very much, guys. So we'll see you later. Tukiwa kwa tunaenda pale kwa granary. Tuone, naona mavuno hayajakuwa mbaya. Tutakutana huko baadaye. Sawa. Thank you, guys. All right. See you shortly, guys.
Yes. The last time we visited the what do you call it?
The botanical garden.
Botanical garden.
Yeah.
And I mentioned a sapling.
Yes.
Called tail date. It was really small.
Here's
a mature one. This one is about maybe 120 years old.
Wow.
And you can see it's a beautiful shape. And nature, we've realized that nature actually talks to us.
Yeah.
There's a unique thing. There are two varieties of the tail date.
That one there.
This one flowers. Then after 2 weeks, a second one flowers. on Thursday or Wednesday last week, you
Yes.
get the scent. When
Yeah,
the
it's-
pollen, you can even feel it.
You can feel the
it
smell.
always indicates when it's going to rain.
Wow.
So, and here we have the rains.
Yes. Today in the morning it was raining like crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is till date. It's also medicinal. Most of it, if you look at the base of it, it's a bit. There's a bit of vegetation around it, but people take backs and the back to. I think it's used mostly for fertility issues with women. So many people come. In fact, some ladies from Nandi came and took this and turmaniat. I mentioned that the last
Yes, I
time.
see in the last bit of our vlog.
Yes, and the lady, the patient, actually eventually managed to conceive, and I'm expecting a sheep
That's nice.
for as a reward for
Wow.
the tree.
Okay.
So they've never showed up, but they told me that they would bring it. Part of post-harvest losses, you see, the whole thing of not mechanizing. The workers always want to harvest the big cobs because they take a lot more space.
Yes.
That way they get more bags.
Yeah.
But you see, they leave out this.
The small ones.
Yeah, the small ones. And later on, kids come and we call them turenik.
Nick, you know, when we were young, this was a source of our good clothing in December. Source of our good money. We used to do the turonik or turmenik as other people call it.
Yes.
So it used to give us money. I would say, don't worry about this. This is God. If you don't give out the 10%, this is the 10%.
Yes, it's part of and it's always interesting. The young kids, you'll find them over Christmas. They
Yes.
would come to me and say, Nick, really thank you. Showing off the garments that they bought using turenik.
Wow.
Yeah, so we allow that.
Indeed.
Once we are done, we ensure that the workers don't hide under the stocks or anything.
Yeah.
Once we are sure that everything has been taken in, the little stuff like this we leave behind. They can take it. And the needy also.
Yes.
You know, they take them for their own food.
Sure.
Yeah. What you see here, the soil is pretty much full.
Yeah. Wow.
So we use this to dry the ones which did not dry out in the field. So we leave them out.
Yeah.
It gets the sun, but also it comes with a risk. You can see all this. This is now post-harvest losses. Unfortunately, fortunately there was rain.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it will ruin this. Initially, we would collect it, and my workers will use it to feed their chicken.
Yeah.
So hopefully tomorrow they'll be able to save it because the rains were a bit heavier.
Yeah.
See, you like this one now, it touched the ground.
Yeah.
And you can see a rat had feasted on it.
Yeah.
But then the rains also came and ruined the whole thing.
Yeah.
This is the source of aflatoxin. It's really bad.
Wow.
So while we are shelling, we segregate the ones which are not good.
Yeah.
And in most cases, I hear people buy them.
Oh, this
Brew
one.
changa.
So for those who don't know changa, it's a very potent brew.
Yeah, so it's really, you shouldn't be drinking that stuff. Look at this.
Yeah.
This is nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Wow.
see that.
So it makes changa.
So all this gets into it messes your nervous system.
Yeah.
These are aflatoxin. It's bad. But they do. They come collecting. They buy them a bag at 2,000. So I'll be selfish to sell it to them.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I know that it's going to go
Into
for human
somebody's
consumption.
Yeah.
And others actually feed their livestock, which is really bad
Because it goes to your milk. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
you'll never miss it. It circulates somewhere. It gets back to
Completely,
you.
and it comes back to us.
Yeah.
Because the milk will be sold to a restaurant.
Yeah.
You'll go buy a cup of tea
Yes.
and consume it.
The aflatoxin from your farm gets
Yeah.
back to you
Into
in a restaurant in
yeah,
town.
In town, yeah.
Wow.
Wow. So
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yes.
We give thanks for this. This is good.
It's a good time here. I think, Nick. We're harvesting. Cows are enjoying. Right now they're calving.
Yes, they are calving, and
Yeah.
I have 5 new calves that have come in the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
Let's go and have a look.
For those who've not subscribed, don't be a stranger. Subscribe, like, comment. As we are today in the farm.
Now here,
Wow, they are beautiful
here
beings.
we have
Wow.
all of them. They have been named.
Yes.
This one, the black.
Yes.
the Frisian one is called ash.
Ash.
They are all ash El Nino.
Yeah.
This is ash El Nino onyx.
Yeah.
This one,
The guy is waking up.
the one, this beautiful one here,
Yeah.
is called Calypso
Yeah.
El Nino Mawingo.
Yeah.
The mother is Mawingo.
Yeah.
The other one,
The rest, the guy
I
enjoying the
remember
rest.
the name. All of them have El Nino.
Yeah.
These were born during the El Nino rains.
Yeah.
This one is male, the only male.
Oh, that guy
Yeah, this one.
chilled out.
Yeah,
He has nothing.
It's a jersey.
Yeah.
This is a jersey.
Yeah.
This is an Asher.
Yeah.
And this one is a red Frisian Holstein.
This one here.
Yeah, it's actually a Frisian
Also the Frisian, but with the
with a red color.
wow.
Yeah.
That's a good combination.
Then we have one which is indoor. It's
Uh-huh.
in a cube.
Yeah.
Or I don't know what you call it, some kind of a cabin
Yeah.
for the newborns. It's sort
Okay.
of like a nursery.
Uh-huh.
That's an Asher.
Okay.
Yeah.
This guy
So
here.
this is the future of my heart. Part of
Wow.
the future of my heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, this is so nice.
They are relaxing. They are just fed milk.
Yeah.
They are not yet grazing. They are not yet on anything.
Yeah.
They've not been weaned.
Uh-huh.
So the others are up the hill.
So, for people who don't know, at what point, so there are two types of milk. The newborn gets colostrum.
Yes, colostrum.
Afterward, that changes to the ordinary milk.
The
huh?
ordinary milk, which
Yeah.
we do for 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah. So I
Wow.
give them 4 liters, 2 liters in the morning,
Yeah.
4 liters in the evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
And-
And it gets expensive if you do all
Sure.
of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you convert that into money,
Yeah.
it actually is expensive. So
Does it-
sometimes dairy.
Yeah.
Dairy, sometimes you work the math. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we are lucky we have the space. We're
Yes.
able to have it. And they give us joy looking after them.
Indeed.
And all that.
Yeah. This is so beautiful. And with that, guys, we'll end this episode on a very beautiful, I would say, serene and a happy note. And we say, we look forward to seeing you again. Very soon we are doing a very good episode with Nick. We are going to cover something called the Kalenjin age sets and age group. We're going to dissect that. And till then, thank you very much. Subscribe and see you then. Bye-bye.